Welcome back, everybody. We're 2-0. We moved up from number 19 to 18 in the country, getting ready to host Ball State at home. Another non-conference game before we get into some ACC play. So recruiting, a lot going on with recruiting right now. A lot of our top targets have cut their list, which is great, including five-star quarterback, our number one target, Antoine Garrison. I like where we stand with him, but we were number 7 coming into this last game. And then also a bunch of guys in the secondary that we're really high on and that we're doing very well in. Number 1 and number 2 in a lot of those cases, including safety, with Cashman back there, and also recruiting Goff, the number 1 safety in the country. So I'm looking forward to it. Really want to get into some high impact recruiting with all of those top targets this week, as well as hopefully another good performance on the field. It's got to translate recruiting and on-field success. So let's keep this thing going. I want to thank everybody for your support. Before we get into recruiting, let's go ahead and upgrade the coach skills. We've got 10 coach points to use. And right now, again, we can only use them on the recruiter, our main thing. And we maxed out quarterback already. We could go running back, receiver, anything on defense. But I'm going to stick with the offensive line and just kind of maximize these guys before we get into the other positions. Certainly, offensive line is a huge point in recruiting. So the huge news with Antoine Garrison, he cuts his list to top 5. We are number 2, so that's great. Moved up from 7 to 2. Also, he cut out Georgia and Florida off his list. Right now, we trail Alabama. And we can schedule a visit, so let's go ahead and do that. And we could bring him against Virginia Tech, but you see the competitive visits, it says Gideon Ajala, so he's actually a quarterback as well. So we don't want to bring him in then. And then we're just going to bring him in for the Florida State game. Huge recruiting opportunity. We're going to try to get some complimentary visits as well. But we'll bring Garrison in for week 9 against Florida State. And then we'll focus in on, so pro potential is a big thing. Proximity to home, let's go with that since it is Florida. He's a Florida guy. Pro potential is a big deal. Let him meet the alumni. Let's do that because that's his deal breaker. So let's just make that the number 1 target. Recruiting, point of emphasis for Garrison there. And because we moved up with Garrison, moved up to number 2, I actually want to pull back a little bit on the recruitment of Ajala, our number 2 quarterback target. We were kind of moving ahead, but now I kind of want to pull back a little bit and also gain some more hours back that we could allocate to other recruits. So we're just going to do that. I still want to keep pursuing them because I don't want to lose out on both quarterbacks. So let's just kind of keep pushing ahead with Ajala a little bit. And certainly going up against Auburn right now. It's a tight race. Mississippi State also in the mix. But it looks like so far with Ajala there, that Miami-Auburn battle, and then Garrison shaping up. Alabama and Ohio State are our top competitions there. So we're sitting good here at running back. We're number 1 in all 4 targets, including 5-star Antoine Harris. We move up here. A guy out of North Carolina had South Carolina, North Carolina, Clemson, even NC State and the rest of his top 5. And let's see if we can kind of get him in for a visit as well. So it's once he narrows it down to a top 5. So we can't do that yet. He's still at a top 8. So with Brent, he's able to visit, so we need to get more hours. And the way I'm thinking of it right now is that because of the complimentary as well as competitive aspect of when to schedule visitors, I'm going to try to bring Brent in for Virginia Tech. And that's essentially right now the secondary weekend. And then have Harris come that next weekend against Florida State. It also gives us more time to recruit, because right now we can't schedule a visit there. So that's the way I'm looking at it right now. We just got to get a little bit more hours back. So there we go. We got the hours back there with Brent. We're going to schedule the visit. And even though he's from Miami, I'm looking at proximity to home. His interest is, he's not interested in that. So we're going to try to sell him on the best thing, the best grade that matches up to his interest, which is conference prestige. It's not a big thing that you would typically think, but that's what he wants. So that's what we're going to go with. And just like at running back, all 5 of our wide receiver targets, we are number 1 in. So I feel good about that. The only thing is they're not highly regarded. So 61 for Hector, position rank, but he is a hidden gem. 48 for Daly, Wimbush 46, 33 for Mesa, another hidden gem, a local guy. And then even Russ Rashid, he's a 25th in the country, so he's our best guy right now. But I do like him, again, the 6'3", and once we scouted him, he did really well in the speed acceleration, so I like that out of Fort Myers. Number 1 on Dennis Temple, our only tight end target. So this is a big one too with Tavares Kearns. Just added him to the list last week. Number 1 tackle in the country. We weren't in his top 8. He's not from the area, being from Arizona, but we moved up to number 6 and he's not cut it to a top 8 yet. And the other thing too, because I did the coach points to offensive line, I'm actually able to do 75 hours with him, so I can add in a couple more things to his recruiting and kind of pursue him even more. So we're just going to go ahead and max that out, and again, try to use all the points we can. We've not done the scouting, so we're just kind of banking on rankings. I know that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do your own self-scouting, but we're going straight off the rankings from 24/7, and we're going to trust their rankings and their recruiting analysis team. Our 2 guard targets were number 1 in. We've been number 1 in, so that's great. Also with Gaston, he's ready to visit. You can schedule it, but right now we're sitting on 10 hours. So I'm going to try to grab 30 and get him to schedule a visit as well. And look at our safety targets. Jason Cashman, our number 1 target, number 2 in the country. We really believe in him. He's actually ready to visit as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and schedule that visit. And we're gonna go ahead and try to bring him in against Virginia Tech. Although I don't like that we don't know exactly his interest level. We know the academic prestige and our grade is a B+. So that's good, but we have so many A categories. And I don't know if it's something that we should just guess on with these other ones. What is his deal breaker? Proximity to home. He is from Florida. Let's see if that's something that we can do. We can do that. Family visit. We'll bring in the family. Make that the priority. And again, schedule him for Virginia Tech. So we've got a couple visits there. And actually, we added Goff recently, and because we didn't even crack his top 8, I don't want to even bother with that anymore. So we're actually going to cut him loose. It was worth a try. So it worked with Kearns. It didn't work with Goff in terms of adding a 5-star player that hadn't made his decision in terms of cutting a list or even close to a top 8. So we're just going to let Goff go and make Cashman just our main guy. And with those hours, let's go ahead and get Gaston a visit. The complimentary visits you see with Ajala and Brent, let's go ahead and do that. And we'll go with Pro Potential as the main activity for him to do on recruiting weekend. So we have 3 guys that are willing to visit, but we just don't have the hours allotted to them. So we have 3 guys that are ready to visit, all wide receivers, again, not highly regarded. And we're just going to have to hold on to them in terms of scheduling those visits because we just don't have the hours available. And we'll just try to schedule them when we can if we're going to go ahead and proceed to try to really go after these guys. Again, not highly ranked, but we would like to have some receivers in the class. I'm just looking to see if we can add maybe just looking at the wide receiver prospect list, guys that are still available. If we're able to get a big time quarterback, like it looks like we can, I'd like to be able to get a high quality high school receiver. I definitely want to get a transfer guy if possible. And these are the top 2 guys. So we got Eric Cantrell out of the Villages in Florida, and then Quincy Bender out of Beaufort, Georgia there. So Georgia is actually number 1 on both these guys' list. But Georgia's actually further ahead with Bender, so I'm not going to try that, although he looks like a good player. But Cantrell still looks fairly early in his process. He says he's still open. We're going to go ahead and try. He doesn't have any offers. Let's go ahead and add him to the board and see if we can make any progress with a top 10 receiver here. So again, here's just the rundown of some of the top guys that we're after here. Number 7 in the country, Kearns there, left tackle. Garrison, Harris are the 3 5-stars we're after right now, and I think we could get all 3. It'd be a great class if we could, because I like the progress we're making with Kearns and Garrison and Harris as well. Then Ajala, Sampson, Kimball, and then with Cantrell, just kind of hopefully can kind of make an impact as we just now added him to the list. So overall, a good week. We'll see how things go if we can get a win against Ball State. So here we go, game 3. We've got Ball State here again at home. I do like the player entrance there, but I did see the comment on the video saying they wish it was a little bit better running through the smoke because it's so iconic. I definitely agree. I will say, I think that the one thing to keep in mind is that this is like the first game coming back. I think they're going to make improvements, you know, kind of year after year. But so far, I think the game's great. If you haven't played it yet, definitely feels smooth, and nothing feels over the top. Oh, here we go. Hit the hole. Oh. Nothing feels noticeably off where you can't run at all or you can't pass it. Or big play by Trader there. It's got a lot of speed, especially when you get those catch and runs.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Gets it out quickly. Going up top on first down. Fires to the middle.
Nice catch there. Uh-oh, we got Francis is hurt.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers towards.
Doesn't look good. We'll see what they say here.
Stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. And the rush will get to him at the 25. Ninth play of the drive.
All right, Mano is back in the game.
3rd and long to keep it going. He's looking downfield to throw. Quarterback adapted.
Let's go, 4th and 1. See if we can power it here.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game. Plus
nice.
They'll go for
Nice. Nice, 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 nice. O-line came up huge. The chucking by Martinez. Had some big plays there for sure on that drive. Good start. Always want to start off well. 11 plays, 78-yard drive to start it out. All right, 3rd and 6. See the stadium toughness rating is now 20. It was 23. Get there. Nice. Go get it. Go get it. Big play. But yeah, it went up, so that's cool. They do that stadium toughness updates during the season. It used to be after the game was over. Or after the season was over, they would do the updates with the stadium toughness.
surprise. Wants to throw on first down.
Use the speed. Sam hit the cut. There we go. Nice play there. Ooh, hit that spin move. Nice. I always like going the crossing on that route. The receivers to the right, going to the left. But I felt like they had him covered, so I just dumped it out to the back. It worked out well. I'm trying to get better at my moves. Nice runs. Can Arroyo get to that corner? I don't know. We'll see if we can kind of extend it.
Ask yourself the question, do I want to throw my body in there each and every time over the course of this game?
The throw.
Got the first down.
He's out of bounds, but not before picking up another
We'll take it.
first down. And the
It'd
Hurricanes
been nice to
come
spin
the
off the
line with
sideline
a
and get
second
upfield a
down.
little bit better, but
They go to the ground. They'll pick up 4, second and
all right,
6.
we're gonna try to
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without
see if we can get a
getting
touchdown
into the
before the
end
end of the first quarter. Oh, here we go. We're in. We're in. We're in. There we go. Easy work. There we go. Martinez off to a good start. I feel like the offensive line, it feels like the holes are a little bit better. 7 carries, 37 yards. Nothing overly impressive, but it just feels a little bit better.
line of scrimmage. Here comes this whole crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Got room at the 35. Picks up the first. Boy, they love to move the
Let's see if this is a
sticks
good
here and take
decision.
shot
Going
at
hot
it on
blitz
1st and
here.
goal. On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. Got his man quickly. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals! Big time touchdown there to get some much needed momentum.
You got to find something, right? Who you going to go to make that big play to get you back into it? You're not back in it yet. It's not tied. You're not there yet, but you're starting to inch back into it and get some momentum going.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5.
There we go. Hit the outside. Let's go. I think we got it here.
He's got an alley.
There we go. Been waiting to get one of those. Huge touchdown. Hit a bounce back. Chris Johnson, just so much speed, acceleration.
Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown. It's always built on what has already been a dominant first half performance. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Martinez. Crosses the
Nice, 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 nice.
just
Thought it was a different route, but that's gonna work for sure. Oh my gosh, he could have ran for days on that one.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. That's caught. It's restored before the break. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. Never
We'll take the points. A couple disappointing plays on that series, but
the lead is even bigger.
overall we're doing all right.
They're really starting. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Robinson. Chopping up this.
3rd and 3.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. He'll throw it.
Oh my goodness, what a catch.
On the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the 3rd down now.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Ball
Oh, that's frustrating.
And I tell you what, that pass
Over the middle, I was taking the crossing route.
this whole team. Like,
About right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor.
the board before the break. Back to pass. It's Ward. He's moving out of the pocket. He'll let one go down
There we
the
go.
right side. And this
There we go, nice play.
defense is spinning. He gets
Kind
it
of just
down
changing the routes there on the outside.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Out on the right hash.
Nice, we'll take the points. Kind of getting the field goal thing figured out here.
Takes a knee. First half.
So that was good. Good first half, 27-14. I wish I didn't give up that late touchdown. But overall, it's been pretty good. Just kind of have to avoid giving up the big
Thanks, guys.
plays.
Looks like we've got a terrific start from there in beautiful Miami Gardens. And I get it. A lot of coaches
Over
will say
220
the
yards
difference
of
between
offense
winning and
there.
losing comes down to
More chain link.
See if we can catch him sleeping here. 3rd and inches, but I'm going to try to throw the ball.
Down situation, and the defense hasn't been able to slow them down. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, the offense very fortunate to fall in that football.
Well, ball security
Oh,
is
can't be
the
fumbling
line
the ball.
of quarterbacks and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Well, they just
Nice
drained
play
all the
there.
suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily.
Glad to get rid of it soon.
The metrics tell you so often. Go ahead, go for it on 4th down, and it pays off there.
That just shows you the head coach's confidence in his this quarterback to go out on a critical fourth down and execute.
To the air on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Arroyo.
Ran the same play there.
Exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. And the Canes getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown Hurricanes. Dropping back, it's Ward. And swatted down by the defense.
Not a good play by me there. They want to go for 2.
Unloads to the wideout.
Nice.
And the pass is intercepted.
Darryl Porter with another interception. Good start to his season. That's what we need.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Looking down the middle. Finds his man enough for the
Nice catch again. Just kind of waiting for anything. I was looking kind of right. I thought the tight end was going to be open with Arroyo. Just waited on X.
Offensive coordinators out there, a similar
There we go.
situation with a lead like this, they'd definitely be running the ball.
dropping back, it's Ward.
Nice touchdown, Jacoby.
And
The linebacker kind of froze there. Allowed that space.
they tack a little more onto this lead in their own defense, and now it's 4th down. No signs of any kind of kickers. They'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. On 4th down, trying to find his man.
There we go. Nice, Darryl.
Ball is picked off. Looking for more room.
Nice play.
Showing off the hands on the pick and then the nip.
Understanding the situation of football.
All right, let's get some backups in the game here.
The game, you got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stand.
42.
Yeah, and that's a great job by this offense. And I'll tell you what, 4th quarter, you have the lead.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Some really tough running there gets him to the 45-yard line. And the Canes in the hurry up. They've got him looking to run, but they're going to throw it. Fires to the big fella. Good execution. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock.
Oh,
Now he's got it all the way
could have bounced out right there.
1-yard line, and then
Keep the ball on the ground. Keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing the will. David.
Mark
That's
Fletcher
what
having a
we've
good
seen
game
all
here.
game.
See if we can punch it in,
The more physical,
get him a touchdown.
that's getting pushed, that's getting movement.
Oh, they got Chris Johnson in. That's all right.
All the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
Get to the outside.
a 1st down run on the doorstep. And they're going to put
Nice.
another one
We'll
into
take
the
it.
end zone as they just keep piling points on the and the offense is content
We'll
with
take
where
it.
is.
Certainly a
They'll
great game for us. Moved to
win it
3-0.
become a
Pretty
habit.
clean game, 47-14.
Back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you
A lot of
talk
guys
about
played
as a
well.
coach.
Good to get the backups in. Cam Ward, huge completion percent, real efficient. Getting used to him. Kind of what plays work as we're kind of moving the season along here.
At the end of the day,
I was really happy with the run game with Martinez. Then Fletcher came in, and even Chris Johnson. Obviously had that huge return, a lot of speed. That was a lot of fun. Being able to pull that off.
Plays necessary and do that. Very, very impressive.
That's gonna do
And
it
defensively,
for
a lot of guys
Justin
still
Palmer,
made
David
plays.
Falk, our entire broadcast
Let's check out the
team.
stats here.
This has been
First with the
another
team
presentation
stats.
of EA
Total
Sports
offense,
College Football.
442. I like that rushing total, the 28, the 143, the 4 touchdowns, 5.1. Just overall, I mean, this was by far my best offensive game. I felt like I did pretty good the first game against Florida, given the opponent, but 24-29, really efficient. 10 yards a pass, the 299. Giving up 253, that's not good. Also, 21-29 defensively, that's not great. 3rd downs could be better both ways. So that's good. No turnovers. Getting Cam Ward. Emery got in there. So Fletcher actually led the team in rushing. That's pretty crazy. Martinez, the 15 of 58. I wouldn't have guessed that because I felt like there were a lot of good runs, but certainly there were some small runs in there too. So I would like for that to be like 15 for 84, something like that. No 20-yard runs, so that's for anybody. So I got to be better there. Receiving yards, pretty steady receptions. Jacoby with 5 catches. Royo had a couple. Trader had a couple. 34 yards. It was a long there for Trader. Blocking, a lot of pancakes. Defensively, who led us here? Besaint with 9 tackles. Powell and Hill, actually. Tackles for loss. A lot of numbers there. So 11 tackles for loss. Yeah, I felt like the sacks. So the 5 sacks, certainly good. Kind of a mix, right? So you got a defensive back, a linebacker, a couple defensive tackles, the 2 picks by Porter, off to a great start to his season. Pass deflections, Maui Noah and Hill, forced fumbles, and then obviously the kick return or kicking. Got a field goal, 2 field goals in there. Didn't have to punt. 96 yards. I couldn't remember how long it was. So yeah, 96-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. And then Joseph there. So that's going to wrap it up. 3 games in. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Drop in the comments below. Let me know how your dynasty's going. And definitely thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. And take care.